Hey guys, GraceGammer here and welcome back to my channel, and we are back in Genshin Impact, which I'm definitely really excited about. So the last stop episode, I said last stop, rewind, let me restart this over again. So in the last episode, we were heading to, save this kid's grandfather, allegedly grandfather, and some other things were happening along the way, and now we are down into this mysterious ruins, which we gotta go in and I'm kind of a little nervous about it, but I think we'll be okay. As like I said last time, I'm probably, after I'm finished with this particular mysterious ruins and all that stuff, I'm probably going to try to level up my characters even more. As y'all saw, we have now like a new thing to where we can see with our characters like what they need, what gear they need and all that good stuff, with weapon and how to level them up properly and all that good jazz guide from Genshin. Whoever decided to create that, I just want to say thank you, because I really needed that, because sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I just love playing the game. That's it. But enough of all that. Let's go ahead and start this intro and get into this ruins. All right, y'all, and we are back. So about to enter the mysterious ruins. It says, as agreed, you go to the place designated by Rahman to exchange hostages. So that's what we're going to do. And this is the little nicest things they're going to give me, and I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Kind of really nervous and anxious at the same time, but I think it'll be fun. Let's do it. All right, level 61. Do I really need a shock person? Who is my shock person? Ugh. Do I not have no? I really don't have a good shock person. Well, what I can do real quick is make my girl Electro. That's like one thing about Genshin, you guys, is that you can make your main character, like, the Traveler, you can change her abilities. Like right now she's Hydro. I can change her to Electro if I wanted to. So let me go ahead and do that, and hopefully I can get back here with no problem. But I have a feeling I need to go make a teleport in some kind. So let me go do that real quick. So I'll be right back once I finish what I gotta finish. Okay, I figured let's just go ahead and enter the ruins, because there's no way. I don't know how to get out of here. So we're just gonna go ahead. That, I was not trying to do that. So yeah, we're just gonna roll with it, and I think we'll be fine. We'll be okay. We'll be all right. I couldn't find a way out. So yep.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Rahman.
Huh? Me?
Yeah, he's talking to you.
Do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Ooh.
Interpret it however you want. But there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from King Deshret's civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
The Hedis spirit? Okay.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
The whole area, really? All right, let's search. Okay, let's go to this one. Ooh, I don't know what I just did. Look up at the hall as a mortal and listen to King Deshret's holy guidance. Oh, I did it. Yay. Activate. Okay. Where do we go now? Whoa!
Nice and spicy.
Cool it! What's the... This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze!
Nice and spicy.
All right. Now, investigate. All right. Let's go this... Did I investigate? I guess so. Let's go. Let's go around. More things. Okay.
Go! Eat this!
Nice. Got it.
Nice and spicy.
Got it. All right. All right. So now we're going this way. Interesting. Ooh. What the? It's like a maze for real. Oh, wow.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. You're toast. Yeah, Boba, get them.
I guess I go up. I hope I was supposed to go up. More of these things.
Freeze! Cool it!
Yay. Okay, I'm supposed to come here. Mysterious message. After 6 days infiltrating the temple, I finally understand the priest's parlor tricks. The elevator will descend to the ground. Get on top of it before it starts ascending again to reach the dome. Nonsense like forbidden ground ahead, mortals shall not pass, or whatever are just made up by the priest to hoodwink us. I'll leave this method here in hopes that the people of King Deshret shall travel here in the future, shall freely enjoy the privilege of witnessing his sacred presence. Okay. What else are we supposed to do here? Kind of confused, but we're going to figure it out. There's a way to do this. I just don't know what. I might have to take a look to see if I'm doing this correctly because I have like no idea. But let me check real quick just to see. Okay, y'all, I figured it out.
Boba, get them.
Freeze! Freeze!
Boba, get them.
All right. Took a minute, but I did it. So we have to turn this on? Okay. Oh, I did it. Are we going all the way down?
Now that's a sight to see.
Okay, we did it.
Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
I feel like something's gonna happen and we're not gonna be able to understand it. Oh gosh. What's happening? Proceed deeper into the ruins. Oh, jeez.
It's getting brighter. Oh, it looks so beautiful.
Don't be deceived. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah, something's not right.
what's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
Looks like a tomb.
These are King Deshret runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient King Deshret script.
Oh gosh. Hopefully Alahatham is on our side.
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
I don't know, but it's creepy.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
Analyzing what?
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself. You'll understand after watching it.
I hope this is not bad.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world.
Okay.
King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor.
Wow.
Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Ruka Devata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible.
What?
She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time,
Wait, is that Sino?
the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child.
Nahida?
How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What?
The priest's memories.
No, impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and King Deshret were never enemies at all.
Huh.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clearly...
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
Like Nahida, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata came to the rescue of King Deshret and his people by eradicating the forbidden knowledge took so much of her power. The two deities' followers have resented each other all this time, completely unaware that their gods stuck by each other through life and death.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt King Deshret's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. We refuse to believe any of the rumors. King Deshret's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization, it was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans. Fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
Yep.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known.
What?
Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell me, my Aramites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Oh gosh, we're having like a mental breakdown right now. Reaction to nothing strange to any believer.
Hey, how you doing?
I think he's just in shock right now.
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply ashamed of everything I've done. You'll get everything you're asking for, but please give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow, I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you too.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sages.
Yes, the gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
True. Wow.
That must have been rough. But he seems to have figured things out now.
I hope so.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on our side.
I guess so. This is a turn for the better, I hope.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice, long sleep. We'll need all our energy tomorrow.
I think something's going to happen with Sino. Sino still feels something fishy still going on.
We're leaving!
Stop yelling.
That was really, really cool. But just to see that Lord of Rukkhadevata, you know, her and King Deshret, like, they were actually, it's like they helped each other. So I hate to say it, this whole time we're thinking everybody's an enemy, but the people that, you know, it was just like, well, not really. So wow, we weren't even enemies, if that makes any sense. So that's crazy. Teleport to our new location.
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now is thanks for agreeing to help.
Don't mention it. I think we can both agree you went to hell and back for it. But we share a common cause now. From here on out, we're allies.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
I feel like Sino just wants to smash
So
something.
these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you.
That's right.
Sino's about to go off.
General Mahamatra? No, no! Make it quick, please! Swift and painless.
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Sino, they turn pale like they've seen a ghost.
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to other methods.
He's making some options for you, so better take the good one. Start talking.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why? What are they trying to accomplish?
They, wanted to extract canned knowledge.
Don't play dumb. You know what I'm really asking. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I really don't know how to explain it.
Well, you better start talking or you'll be sorry.
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Yep. Let's ask him a question.
Be my guest.
All right. The sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they?
Huh?
What?
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious, aren't you?
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru.
But they already have one. They got Nahida.
It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, do you wish to create a god?
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Zeb-Zerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output.
That's what we were in that deja vu. Wow.
With the doctor's help and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine origin?
Call it an educated guess? The academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the scholar's madness for centuries, but to no avail. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies, Scribe Al-Haytham. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
I'm now worried about Nahida now. But the sage's end product won't be good.
You must have noticed by now. The academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom that matters.
I think it's gonna be Baldur.
It is as if they are
I
cursed
should
with
have
a
picked that
desire
one.
for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their blood.
I should have, like I said, picked that one, but I didn't. But I was just trying to be like, I don't want to say the answer like too quickly. Like a teacher's pet.
Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light.
Okay.
For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom. This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have a new god, why try to create another one?
From the beginning, the academia has never treated her as a god. When the academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But upon evaluation, they found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata had indeed passed away. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's Gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
Even now, they still refuse to acknowledge Lesser Lord Kusanali. I never imagined a god could be subject to such cruelty.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Rahman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're coming too.
Sure, as you wish.
All right, this is getting... Wow. So but my thing is like, what's her name? What's Nahida? Like, she's the one that actually got us out of that deja vu. Like, and if she's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something just doesn't add up, and they really don't acknowledge her. They really don't. Like, it's sad that they don't even care. Like, if she's, you know, like, it's like whatever to them. It's like, we like Greater Lord, but I'm saying, but like, if they heard what we heard from King Deshret's last words, it was like Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, I think, is Nahida. I think she transformed herself. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Too many ideas are going through my brain right now.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes.
Oh, good.
Each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The two new scholars are being kept under close supervision, too. Really great work, everyone.
The atmosphere is so heavy.
It's hard to not feel weighed down by what we just learned. Despite everything Lesser Lord Kusanali has done for her people, the academia has abandoned her in the sanctuary of the Sacrostana like a lost cause. True. Even those she's protected have never realized there's such a small and childlike god in the world.
Hey, say something. Stop spacing out.
Sorry.
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case, let's all get some water and try to think about something else.
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Oh, Paimon's so coming with you.
I was about to say something, but Paimon start to think about food.
Do you have any plans, Traveler?
That's above. You're not talking about work, are you?
I want to share everything I know with all of you.
So you were still withholding some information?
Like, I have my reasons. Between the conversation between Candace and Paimon, bring over snacks and tea. Dia's expressions relax as her mood hasn't been affected by this heavy conversation at all. Sino has a firm and solemn expression on his face. It looks like he's made up his mind about something. Okay. Al-Haytham also turns towards the crowd he wants to listen to. Okay, after that, the whole story comes out. All the experiences, feelings, and secrets are shared freely with everyone. Nice.
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
That's everything we've experienced so far in Sumeru.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time.
It seems like there will be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
So, everyone, are we on the same page?
I think so.
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
No matter what lies ahead.
Let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Got it.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
Okay, we finished. The King Deshret and the 3 Magi. Awesome. Now we have to proceed to the next quest, we have to go outside. All right, let's go outside. Start the new quest. Oh, we gotta wait till the next day? No problem. The next day. Nice. So we're gonna go downstairs and meet with either Sino or Dia, one of those people, but we're going downstairs. Let's get started on the next quest. Yeah, Candace. Hey, girl.
Candace, we're here. Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join them.
Please, wait a moment.
What's up? What's going on?
Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What?
What do you think?
Okay. That was... Why was... Okay. I'll try not to.
Okay.
Akasha pulses, the Kalpa flame rises. Alright, so I go back upstairs. What? So we went downstairs to talk to Candace, and now we have to go back into the same room. We could just stayed up here, Candace, and talked and chit-chat.
Everyone's here so early. But why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Very well.
Alright. After some discussion and debate, we finally decide.
This is gonna work?
I hope so.
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
It's worth a try.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
Just breathe, girl. Are we going somewhere?
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later.
Alright.
Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care. Well, Traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
Yep.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have gone quite well.
Yep.
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
I hope so either.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Your safety is the most important thing.
Why couldn't you just come with us?
Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So please, take care. You're welcome.
Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for taking my advice. Good luck with everything. I'll be here in the village praying for you.
Why won't she come with us? Alright, so we gotta go this way. Right, meeting up with Al Hatham.
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparations.
Okay.
I'll hate them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must go beyond that and fully commit ourselves to it. I hope this is clear to you.
Yeah, I understand and accept.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
Sorry, I skipped too quickly. My bad.
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation.
True.
We all have our jobs to do after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front lines.
Makes sense.
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation, and you are a scholar.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment.
Not with the sarcastic.
That reminds me.
What?
Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have a good memory.
Okay.
Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of this. I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge. But the academia has always held a different view. They have always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue from the wrong direction.
Okay.
The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
It's definitely possible.
Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering in the sandstorms. At least, that's what Tainari told us.
Tainari?
Wait a second. Could it be that?
What?
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is huge!
We must tell Nahida about this as soon as possible.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
She said the key to saving Irminsul is contained within the remaining consciousness of Earth.
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole the world forget me thing?
Yep.
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save Irminsul can we completely resolve the problems Sumeru currently faces.
That's right.
To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some of our preparatory work.
Where are we going?
To an Eremite base.
Okay. Aramite base. Wow. Use teleport. Weren't we just here?
Ah, they're here.
You knew they were gonna be here?
Huh? What are they doing here?
I gave them some technical work to do.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
Yeah, be afraid. Be very afraid.
How's the work going?
Ah, yes. We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extraction? What are you doing with those?
Look here.
Huh? More can knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into her head again?
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
No.
Paimon's a little scared, but very, very furious.
That's an interesting response. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with, Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule.
Me?
Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Well, my lack of faith in, I'll make up with my actions. Yes,
Good.
I do.
Conviction is the most important part of all
The
of this.
brightness of that sun.
Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
Yes,
Paimon is still really worried.
I understand. But trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. It's best if you can do as I say. Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel like a trick, self-encouragement may be the most important tool we have.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
True.
Imagine
Let's
this.
do it.
We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a result, we have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements.
Okay.
Now, open your eyes. Here,
What's this?
read it out loud.
Read it out loud. Some stirring words have been written on the note. Although you don't quite understand the purpose of recording.
It's done.
Okay. What a fascinating
Is your head
experience.
okay? Does anything hurt?
I'm okay.
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this? Paimon doesn't get it.
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth.
True.
Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born, and this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
A fool? A machine?
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray areas?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting. One might even say they're advantageous in the right hands.
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru scholars like this?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Small projects?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few modifications.
Okay. Hopefully they don't betray us or we will take them out. Dr. Raham?
I thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
Oh no.
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to it.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture and recognize the innate advantages of our plan.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages.
Oh no.
Alhaitham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Alhaitham for suggestions. Had I known Alhaitham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire. I'm sorry, but as things stand, I can't accept your principles.
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Traveler, Paimon, this is also something you should know. Ramon's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Reebok would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City.
Okay.
My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There is no better way.
That also sounds like something Alhaitham told you. Am I right?
Doesn't Alhaitham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points. It's my own choice to trust you.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards.
True, that's fine.
To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to shove. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of our own.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like this.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
I knew you would say that.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives of our friends, but the goal we are about to achieve is even more important. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend us your support. We will show you the determination of us desert dwellers.
Well, now that you've put it that way, I can no longer refuse. But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Candace made it very clear that we can only achieve our goals if we can ensure our safety.
True.
Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon and those of King Deshret. Everyone's life is equally important.
Okay, you have a deal. Let's do this for our shared dream.
All right.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there.
All right, so we're gonna start the plot. Hey, let's talk to the soldiers.
Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Hey.
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain al Akmar? This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible, and treat it as a top priority desert operation. I will need personnel.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Alright. You look so commanding when you're working.
Because this is work.
Alright, alright.
Because I trust you.
Paimon
True.
can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General Mahamatra? Even if that guard doesn't know, their superiors might, right?
We discussed this, remember?
Chill,
The Caravan
Paimon.
Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange that it hasn't already tried to interfere with my actions.
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers. But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times?
True.
Emotions are part of our behavioral logic, but can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable down to the letter in every single instance? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were similar to your real-life behavioral principles. Decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition of it. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data.
Wow.
So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
For now.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive. And I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so? I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped by the past.
I'm so glad that this is settled.
Next time, pay attention during our meetings.
Tell her, Sino.
Will do.
All right, I'm confident that we can do this.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
All right.
Footsteps.
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Great Red Sand District. My name is Luxembarbo.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be working with me. The construct next to her is for her work.
Beep, construct, beep.
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
I see.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will carry out the operation there.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time or location?
None at all, sir.
Good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
They fell for our plan.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
Yeah, it does feel pretty good.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike. Get ready.
Oh, I'm
We
sorry.
will move out in 2 days.
2 days. All right, you guys, I think this is where I'm going to end the episode. And yeah, we covered a lot. So next episode of Genshin, we will be heading out. Hopefully the plan to get everybody into Sumeru City works, because we're trying to rescue Nahida. That is the plan. She is the key to this all. And I'm gonna try my best, since we are out of the since we're out of the dungeon and stuff like that from King Deshret. Hopefully I can try to do some side quests here and there. Not side quests, but leveling up my characters and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to look into paying attention to me, but y'all, I actually got now Nouvellette. I was not even trying to get him, but I got him on a whim, and I was like, what? I got Nouvellette. So but yeah, I definitely want to work on Yao Miko and get her up to level 60 or so, but I'm gonna have to get this. And to get this, I need to open up this new world. And I think the world is somewhere, I don't know where it is on the map, but I think it's another place on the map that I haven't opened up yet. I think it's, hate to say, I think it's over here. So I feel like I have to travel this way to open it, and that way I'll be able to get to where I need to be. So I really want to get her leveled up. Honestly, Ningguang, yes, I think Ningguang I want to get leveled up, but y'all already know what I have to do, and that is the Geo thingy, and I hate those. I really, really do hate those. So, but yeah, I definitely just want to keep in mind that I do have to level up some characters, but to level up characters, it just takes a long time to finish and get done. So yeah, but I feel like my main characters are, you know, my 4 right here. Kalei, not really, but I do want to get her leveled up as much as possible. But definitely Yao Miko. I have pretty much like all the people that I like working with, but Yao Miko is one of them. So I might do that offline to get her the 4 that I need. I have a feeling this is going to be a kind of a hard boss to fight. So I may have to look up and see how to fight the boss and see how well it is and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this is where we're gonna end the episode. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and comment down below. Where are you in Genshin? Have you started Genshin? Or you know, are you new to Genshin? Or you know, which world are you in Genshin? I would definitely love to know. And yeah, I said like, comment, oh, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure the notification bell is turned on. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of Genshin. Bye everyone.